Hello, hello, hello. This is Patricia, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States. This is our third video. The last video I said was the third one in the series of Plentiful plants. But really, the last one was the second one. Are you totally confused? Don't worry, it doesn't matter. Okay, so Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States, and as I've said, here in Alaska more specifically. So today, third video in the Plentiful Plants series. If you do not already have your celebration brochure, be sure and catalog and let me know if you do not already have a demonstrator. Let me go through quick. There's in the celebration, which we used to have one time a year for 3 months. Now we have it 2 times a year for 2 months each. One in January and February, and this one was supposed to be July and August, but now it's August and September. And what happens in celebration is there are a number of free items that you can get with a $50 purchase. And so those are some of them. This paper. Some of them coordinate with other things in the annual catalog or in the mini catalog. So this being one of them, the Peaceful Prince. There's this one that, this is probably my favorite. You can get for a $50 purchase the free Counting Sheep stamp set. And with another $50 purchase, you can get the dies to cut your sheep out. How cool is that? So that's another 2 $50 purchases. There's also textures and frames. And I've had people say they're not quite sure how to use these. I'm going to give you some ideas on that. Look for a video on it. This one is the Summer Shadows dies. And this set is in the annual catalog. And at first, I loved the stamp set, but there wasn't a die set for it, and I love die sets. This one is free with a $100 purchase, and so I bought the stamp set and then got, with a little bit of added stuff to it, got the summer dies, or the Summer Shadows dies. Then another $100 purchase is the Delicate Dahlias. Love this set. It's really, really cool. It's got an outline image and then the fill-in image, as well as some very nice sentiments. And then if you decide to host a show or turn in your own $300 show, you can get this free stamp set. And this is all sentiments. That one, let me see if I have, I do. I have it right here on top even. In Your Words. It's actually a compilation of a number of demonstrators. Be who you were born to be. Hope this card makes you smile. Your birthday came, your birthday went. Here is this card I should have sent. Don't you love that? Life is full of ups and downs. Hold on tight. Happy birthday. I love the combination of fonts. Hope your day is fantabulistic. Fabulous, fantastic, all in one. There is magic in every beginning. I see you and you are wonderful. Sending this card for no particular reason, and perhaps the stars are openings where our loved ones shine down to let us know they're happy. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so that is celebration. And even if you don't want a paper catalog, I am more than happy to send you a link to open the digital version of it. This is the mini catalog. There are lots and lots and lots of Christmas in here, but there are also a lot of other things. And things that, like this penguin, where'd the penguin go? Love the penguin, but the penguin doesn't have to be Christmas, So anyway, lots of stuff. Maybe we'll do some more information on that. In the annual catalog, though, the stamp and die set that we are about to use is on page 81. Here is the entire bundle, but we are just going to, for this card, use the stamp and die set. And if you get them as a bundle, you can save 10%. Okay, this is the set. We've already looked at this a number of times. These are the stamps. These are the dies. This one is just too cute. That macrame. There's also a macrame, what do you call this thing? Embossing folder. So we are going to look at, on this card, a couple of embossing folders. I haven't done embossing folders on a card in a while, so we're going to look at the two of those. This is somewhat what our card will be. So let's start at the bottom. Our card base is basic white. Then we're going to have a piece on the front, and our front measures 5.5 by 4 1/4, or yeah, 5.5 by 4 1/4. And so we are going to have that extra piece that is exactly the size as our card base once it is folded. All right, so we're going to do that. We're also going to have an evening evergreen piece in here, and this is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. 3 by 4, so just 1/4 of an inch off of each side, and then another 1/4 of an inch off, so 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And we'll layer those up in just a minute. We already have a planter cut out, and by the way, I did cut or stamped that in cinnamon cider. This one, the three-leafed plant, is in evening evergreen, and we are going to do, I guess I don't want to cover up that in case you want to turn in an order. That's the host code number. We have 2 more. Remember, I told you on the last video, we have all of these already cut out, but today I need to add a couple more to these. So I've got my blocks and my stamps, and I've got my scrap piece of paper, and I already just laid that out so that I can see where I want to stamp them. I've got my 5-leaf plant, and this is garden green. Give it some good taps on there so I can get plenty of color. I'm going to go straight down. There we are. Straight up. Oh, that's gorgeous. Isn't that just, oh, did you see that? I hope you could see that. Yeah, I guess you could see it. Okay. Then my other one is this kind of round little, I don't even know what this plant is, but it's really cute. So I'm going to stamp that on my scrap. There we go. I keep my scrap pieces of whatever it is, every color, in a folder, in a file thing, right behind the package of each 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. So maybe someday I'll show you that if anybody's interested. Let me pull in the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So here we go. And I'm going to open it up. Now, the reason I'm using the standard size instead of the mini, because these obviously would fit in the mini. But the reason I'm doing that is because I am going to use an embossing folder here in just a few minutes. So, to cut, remember, I use 1, 2, 3, and 3. Okay? So, even though you couldn't see those 3s, they're on there. All right, so I'm going to, got some little fussy bits on there. There we go. Put that on my machine. And I need my dies. That would help, wouldn't it? Okay, for this one, I want that and the 5 leaf die. And so I'm going to line these up on here the best I can. And there we go, something like that. And then I'm going to put my 3 plate. This is the no cut plate. This is my cut plate. They're exactly the same until I start using them. Okay, so roll that through. And let me put this out of the way for a moment. Okay, and I now have my little dotty thing and my 5-leaf plant. I will put these back in the case so I don't lose them. Have you ever done that? You put something down and then you can't find it? Yeah, I've been there, done that. Okay, then I'm going to pull this back in, and this time I am going to use, where did my plates go? I just had them. Did I just say that? Oh, here they are. Okay, so the easy way to do this, you look on, make sure you can see it, you look on your base plate, okay, and it says with 3D embossing folders, and I have 2 that I was going to look at. This one is, I wrote it on there, Painted Texture 3D, and this one is Tasteful Texture 3D. I write on there 3D, even though if I look at these, I can tell that they are thicker, okay? But if somebody else is using my embossing folders, it's nice for them to be able to know, one, what the name of it is, and that it's 3D. And so they use the 3D instructions. And I think I'm going to go with the Painted Texture. So I need, with this, I need a plate 1 and a plate 4. Plate 4 is the gray one. And so I'm going to take my front single card and I'm going to put it in my embossing folder. Now, if this were important to be perfectly straight because it had lines on it or, you know, something like that, then I would want to be concerned with that. This one does not, so I'm not going to worry about it. Now, I can put it in there and use, once I get done, whichever side. It doesn't matter which one I can see. And then I'm just going to roll it through. Doesn't matter which one I put up in the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is what I'm trying to say. All right, I'm going to fold this up again. I'm going to put all of my plates aside. And I'll take that out of the embossing folder in one sec. Get those out of the way. Put this out of the way. You try to be organized, you know? Okay, so look at this. That is just so cool. And it doesn't matter which side you use. This Painted Texture, it looks like somebody slopped, I don't know, not really paint, but maybe texture paste, I don't know. Anyway, I love it, whatever it is. Okay, so this we're going to put on the front of our card. And again, I'm doing cardstock to cardstock, especially when I am using dry embossing. I like to use the glue. Okay, and by the way, I already told you the size of this. Never mind. I started to tell you again. All right, then we are going to go with these pieces, and I am going to start with, I already told you, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And do I want, yeah, I do think I want some. So again, I'm going to put them in the corners. My, oh shoot, I didn't cut enough of these. Silly me. there, and come off my finger, and there. Okay, let's put that away. So I'm putting my dimensionals on there to give that, like we've said before, a little bit of lift so that we can see those shadows and it looks pretty. All right, so, and I'm going to put it up a little bit, about the amount of space that I have on both sides is what I want at the top. And I'm dropping it. If it's not exactly right, I can still pick it up and move it. And I want it just a bit there. There we go. Okay, good job. And then on my garden green 3x4, I'm going to go ahead with my glue. Put that on there. Remember, when I use the liquid glue, it gives me a little bit of wiggle room in case I get it on there wrong or not exactly lined up the way I want, which it's not. There we go. Okay, that's much better. And then this one I am going to stamp on. So I do not want to put this one on quite yet. I also, though, am going to put on my, and I'm going to give it a little bit, okay, like I've shown you before, I want to layer everything up. And I think you could either, well, come on, pick up. You could either put this like that or like this, whichever you prefer. For right now, I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to put this in front of it, and I can just slip that right in there. And you know what? I do think I want a 3-leaf one. So I'm going to pick up one of those and slip that right in there. Oh yeah, how cute is that? Oh, I like, you know what? I like it just like it is, so I'm going to turn it over. Oh, look, I had stamped on that one before. And I'm going to put a little bit of dimensional at the bottom. And since that piece is hanging in there, and I don't have to slip anything behind it, then I want that right there. So I'm going to go ahead and attach it. And what I'm going to do, oh no, you know what? I do want to put dimensionals on the whole thing. Don't listen to me, you know. I keep changing my mind, right? There we go. And maybe a little bit more. You know, dimensionals don't cost a lot. You can use them as much as you want. And they really help give dimension and really beauty to your card. Okay, still looking good. Got a little far. Okay, looking good. So take my little papers off. Oh, got them all off. Okay, very good. And it's going to stick to me. All right. And right about there. There we go. Oh, love it already. Okay, now here is kind of the funny part. I couldn't decide on a sentiment, so I only have a few choices. I've got Peaceful Cabin, Measure of Love, Encircled in Friendship, Dressed to Impress, Color and Contour, and Arctic Bears. So, in Arctic Bears, I was going with Thinking of You. Yes, there's another set that I've used recently that has Thinking of You, but I like that one. Okay, so that's a possibility. On this one, Color and Contour, You're Absolutely Amazing. Oh, love that. Okay. On Dress to Impress, I wanted Hello Fabulous. Love that. Encircled in Friendship. Let's see. I like this one. Just a note to let you know someone thought of you today. But if I put it right here, I don't really have room for that. So You're in My Thoughts. I wonder if that would fit. No. Okay, so that one's out. Measure of Love. Oh, Love You More. I have a friend that I say that to at church all the time. And it's kind of a game with us. And then this one, Peaceful Cabin. No. Which one was I going to use on this one? For You. I just wanted For You. So I like that one. But I think... you're absolutely... No. I'm going to go ahead and do Arctic Bears, Thinking of You. I have not even used this one yet. So, Thinking of You. There it is. So, quick. I'm going to show you how to attach your label. Okay, so here it is, Thinking of You. So if you peel the whole thing off, okay, peel the whole thing off, and then take your block. Let me get my, I haven't washed it, I know. And I'm just barely, as a matter of fact, before I do that, I'm going to lift this up and lift this up. Okay, whoa, if I can get it to lift. There we go. And I'm just barely going to touch it down there. All right, I'm hardly even, I'm not pushing it down. And then I'm going to take my two labels off and the label off of the back of this. And then I'm going to make sure I've got Thinking of You in the correct direction and then looking right through. So I want to make sure Thinking is over here. Yep. So, because once you touch this to this, it's done. You can't move it. All right. Line it up. Everything's on there just exactly perfect. Press down and you've got it. How cool is that? I don't know who I saw that from, but absolutely fell in love with it. It's so much easier, and rarely do I have mistakes. When I was trying to do it the other way, I was making mistakes all the time. All right, so back to my little white card, and I've got Evening Evergreen or Garden Green. I think I'm going to go with Garden Green, I think. Okay, so Thinking of You, and it's always a good idea to stamp that off and make sure. Yeah, see, I rolled it. Okay, let's, again, Thinking of You. I want to be, because this is a fairly new stamp pad. So I'm going to stamp it on there. Huh, there we go. Awesome. So what I mean by this is a fairly new stamp pad is that, or ink pad, excuse me, is that means it's probably really juicy. And there we go, Thinking of You. Oh, love it. Okay, then we're going to put that on here. We could put it on with dimensionals again. I could use glue. I could use the tape, the seal. Whatever works for you. Put it on there. Line it up. So nice. All right, so looking good. Now, I am going to add, I always forget to add, these are the 2021-2022 in color jewels. So these are the ones for the stamp set that I have here. I mean, for the cardstock that I have here. And so I'm going to take an Evening Evergreen. Whoopsie. It helps if you get it on there correct side. Glue side down. We're going to put one there. We're going to put a big one on there. And we're going to put it right there. And we're going to put one more little one. No, we're not. We're going to use a big one since I have more of them. There we go. And thinking, where do I want to put it? Right there. There we go. How cool is that? Quick and easy card. Yes, it takes a little more time to cut all of these out, as I mentioned last time. But hey, once you've got it done And, you know, that can be kind of your mindless task that you sit and do while you're doing a mindless task like watching TV. You can tell I'm not really much on TV, but that's okay. But how cute is that? I love these cards. I love this stamp set. I seem to really be drawn to a lot of these leaf ones. I mean, this could go to a guy or a girl easily, you know, and you could make this a birthday. I mean, it's just the sentiments could be whatever you want, whatever floats your boat. I love them. They are so versatile. And once you have a whole bunch of these cut out, so easy to do. I hope you liked it as much as I did. If you would, please give me a thumbs up down below. I love it when you leave me comments, whether it's just, I liked the card, I would have done this differently, I didn't really like that card, it didn't do anything for me, or, you know, whatever. Hopefully, of course, you liked the card. Hope you learned something tonight, or today. It's tonight where I am, here in Alaska. And see you next time. Also, if you have not subscribed, please do that and ring that bell beside it so that you will get notification anytime I post new videos. Thank you so much. Have a great evening wherever you are. Here is my information on Facebook, my blog, and oops, you can see the stamp through. And to purchase any of the items below. They will also all be listed in the description. Thank you. Have a good one.